YouTube team, keep it clean. What's going on? It's Engraven here with another video, and in this video, first and foremost, I have not put on a jersey in a very long time. I don't remember the last time I wore a jersey. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I do. It was to the Ravens playoff game, and we know how that ended. Anyway, there has been a quote going around, a headline going around about Mr. Joe Flacco, and that headline has been reading, Joe Flacco will not mentor quarterback Drew Lock, rookie quarterback Drew Lock. And I have seen a lot of people talking about it. I have heard a lot of people talking about it. I've been in conversations with a lot of people that have been talking about it. And some of them Ravens fans, some of them are not. But some of them that are Ravens fans have said, oh, that's why he's not here anymore. That's why Flacco left. Oh, well, it seems like Flacco's doing the same thing that he was doing in Baltimore. Same scenario, different place. And I had to make sure that when I first heard when I first saw the headline, I had to make sure that I didn't just get caught up in the headline itself without actually reading the story, reading the transcripts, and actually watching the clip. Because as you know, as I know, it happens all the time, whether it's happened to you in real life with text messages, whether it happens on social media, like especially on Twitter, especially today, because today just seems to be a day where people just do not like any type of jokes. But stuff gets lost in translation when you can only read it. Because when you read something, you cannot always feel the emotion behind it because it's just on paper. It's just words. You're not hearing the person actually speak. You're not hearing the actual quotes. You're not hearing any of that. You're just seeing the stuff. You're just seeing the stuff on paper. So with that being said, I wanted to actually watch the Joe Flacco clip, and we're gonna watch it together so we can analyze it together. Roll the footage, please.
Be careful with how you answer that, but I think that is, like I said, it's kind of Rich's job, you know, and it's to be in that quarterback room and watch, and that's how you can develop. Listen, I got so many things to worry about. I'm trying to go out there and play good football. I'm trying to go out there and play the best football of my life. So as far as a time constraint and all that stuff, I'm not worried about developing guys or any of that. That is what it is. And like I said, I hope he does develop, but I don't look at that as my job. My job is to go win football games for this football team. It's kind of like,
so people they took a piece of that, a tiny piece of that. Just like the last time they took a tiny piece of something that Joe Flacco said when he said that it was boring being a backup quarterback and he didn't like doing that. Like, and it's not like the stuff that he's saying isn't true, even when they do take their tiny pieces of it, but that's what they do. They'll take that tiny piece, but it's all about context, man. It's all about context. And again, if people see that headline and they're like, man, what he doesn't want to be a mentor, he doesn't want to help develop this quarterback, Drew Lock? Oh, yeah, that's why he lost his job to Lamar anyway. And he's getting ready to lose his job to Drew Lock. And while that may be true, it really isn't his job. I had loved it. Even before I had even watched the video, I had loved the quote. I loved it. I'm like, man, an angry Joe Flacco? Oh, I love it. I love it. Because that's that fiery Joe Flacco. That's that petty Joe Flacco. Well, that wasn't really petty. But I like it. I love it. And he needs to be like that. He's a quarterback. He is not a QB coach. He is not an offensive coordinator. He's not a passing game coordinator. He's not any of that stuff. Like he said, it ain't like he's not being a team player. That's not it at all. Then Joe Flacco knows more than anybody, or just as much as everybody, that in the QB room, it is a competition. Yes, y'all are there. Yes, y'all have each other's back. But at the same time, everybody wants the same job. There, on every single team, there is one starting quarterback. everybody wants that job. Every quarterback on the roster wants that job. No matter how high, no matter how low they are on the depth chart, everybody wants the job. The guy who is the starting quarterback, he wants the job, and it is his for now. The guy who's the immediate backup, second string quarterback, he wants the starting quarterback job. Even the third string quarterback, he's just hoping that something crazy happens to where he gets the opportunity to become the number one guy. So it is a competition every single day. The guy who is the starting quarterback has to make sure he does enough and more to maintain his job. The guy who's a second string quarterback has to make sure he goes above and beyond to make sure he holds down that second spot and shows the team that he'll always be ready to jump in just in case something happens to the number one guy. And even for teams that keep three quarterbacks, that third quarterback needs to be ready just in case. He needs to always be ready and show why he deserves to even be on a team, period. So it's always competition going on. So with Joe Flacco saying exactly what he said, it's not like he's not being a team player, because he said, I'm here to win football games for this team. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here to develop the young guys. That's not my job. And he said that's Rich's job. So I'm assuming that's their QB coach or maybe offensive coordinator. I would assume it's a QB coach. But Flacco's letting it be known, man. And he's being straight up. He's not beating around the bush with an answer. He's not giving no answer that's going to please people. He's being straight up. Like, I am not here to mentor this guy. I'm not here to develop him. And that's not my job. I'm here to do my job, and that is to win football games for this team. Now, with Flacco's job, it is going to be very tough because they are in a very tough division. I can't wait to see him go head-to-head with Patrick Mahomes, going head-to-head with Derek Carr, and then going head-to-head with Phillip Rivers. That's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun because, especially for us Ravens fans, we don't have a problem with Flacco. And then it's going to be kind of sad for some Ravens fans who still wanted Flacco to be the guy in Baltimore. It's going to be a kind of a bittersweet season for them, depending on how it goes. It's going to be bitter regardless because he won't be in Ravens uniform anymore. It's going to be bitter for them if he does well for the Broncos. But it's gonna be sweet for them too, to see him if he does succeed. But if he does bad for the Broncos, it's just gonna be bitter all around for them. But either way, I do hope Joe Flacco does well over there in Denver. Well, up and over there in Denver. Well, from down here in Miami, but you know what I'm talking about. So I hope he does well in Denver with the Broncos. I was talking to some guys in one of the Ravens group chats, and I was just saying that one of them said that, I forgot exactly what he said, but I said that with the offensive talent that he has, it's probably some of the best that he's had in a long time, because he actually got young guys, and they went out and drafted a tight end for him too. So he's got young guys. He's got Sutton. He's got Emmanuel Sanders, not a young guy. I always get Christian Kirk and Cortland Sutton mixed up, but it's Sutton who's on the Broncos. Kirk is on the Cardinals. But he's got Phillip Lindsay. And one of my guys said he said Phillip Lindsay reminds him of Ray Rice. So ooh, okay now. So we'll see. But he's in a really good position offensively. Defensively for now, until Chris Harris gets shipped off. So we'll see what happens with that. We're still waiting to see where he's gonna go, if he does end up going anywhere, because I haven't heard anything about an extension. But you know, these things could happen at a drop of a dime, or so could a trade. Because NFL, man, it just seems like NFL over the years has just, these teams, I know the team's not loyal because it's their business, but these teams, it just seems more and more every year, these teams are just willing to get rid of these top players. They just seem more and more willing to every single year. every single year. And before they do it, I know that it's going to be a Ravens fan that says, well, the Ravens did it with their quarterback last year. They got rid of their best quarterback. So I know it's coming. Look at that. You ain't even got to put the comment no more. I just put it for you in the video. But anyway, yeah, Flacco, his comments, they weren't a big deal. They weren't a deal at all. He didn't say anything wrong. He didn't say anything out of line. He didn't say anything out of context. He didn't say none of that stuff. So he said he just wants to go there and win games for the team. And as a quarterback, that is your job. Even though a lot of quarterbacks, enough times with quarterbacks, they both take too much of the blame and too much of the credit. Because it takes a lot more than just the quarterback to get the job done. But that's the life of an NFL player. Anyway, Team Keep It Clean, appreciate y'all. Team Keep It Clean, I love y'all. I need to get my J5 hoodie, man. I wish Broncos had a discount code though, because some of those prices for those hoodies and stuff be just crazy expensive, and every time I look at it, it makes me close the link right away. Because I be wanting to buy that J5 hoodie because it looks so fire. But then I see the price and I'm like, ugh, okay. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. So, anyway, appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Shout out to Joe Flacco for keeping it real and telling it like it is. So, on that note, just like Joe Flacco was with Baltimore, I'm out.